Since childhood, she always told me she could hear something moving inside there. Someone laughing. There's someone in there, Jackie. He's right there, in the pipes. I can hear him at night, moving around the house. He sneaks in through the pipes. She'd always whisper that part. My mom would come and get me by this point, grasp my shivering hands, and make Grandma swear not to tell me any more stories. Grandma would solemnly swear, and wait until the next time I visited, before telling it all over again. One night, when Grandma was sick, I visited her bedside late at night before going to my room, holding her hand while she slept. It was a gentle moment, and I think it may have helped me prepare for what would happen in the following weeks. The Sandman was starting to get me, and I was about to head off to my room, when Grandma opened her eyes and squeezed my hand hard. He's downstairs. Jackie, he's right there. Something small I'd been ignoring as white noise hit me at that moment. Noises. Small noises were coming down the stairs. Someone was snickering, inside the dark house. A man's voice. A stranger in the house, just laughing. Something about that laugh. It was just too disturbing, too off for my mind to accept. So I just sat there, by my grandmother's side, holding her hand until the noises stopped, much later in the night. After that night, I stopped staying over at Grandma's house. A few weeks after that, I was reading comic books when my parents told me to go play outside with the dog while they had a talk. They looked serious. My mom would later tell me she cried during the talk. How she agreed she had to face reality and tell me about her mother. How she'd been missing for 2 days. But I was outside, looking for my dog. I was tracking his footsteps. They led me into the woods bordering on my house, to a pool of where all the town sewage spewed out from an open massive drainage pipe. It was here where I saw him. Where I saw his mangy hair in there, water. Where I saw his still body floating in the lake. I jumped into that pool, not knowing whether if the water was toxic. Not caring. Did he drown? That was all that was in my mind. Yelling and screaming, I waded through the gunk to that brown patch. As I got near him, I grasped his coat and pulled him up. The same second, I dropped him. His head had been bitten off. I was standing, waist deep, in water, entirely paralyzed, when I saw her. Her naked body, floating, right at the mouth of the drainage pipe. My grandmother's face stared at me, with cold dead eyes. Her skin was covered in bite marks. Human bite marks. Something had been chewing and gnawing on her. I was about to scream when the next sequence of events stole my voice. A hand came out of the pipe and grabbed her hair. It dragged her inside. A horrible chewing sound started. And then the giggling. Mom told me later I came up to the house, drenched in waste but completely silent. It took me 6 hours to unclench my jaws and speak. I don't remember a lot of things from that time. The police found her remains in the pipes. Little by little, but they never found all the bones. They told me it was a homeless man. They told me to try my best to forget it. They told me focusing on it would ruin my life. But I still hear it. Something moving in the pipes at night. I dream seeing something inside the pipe. Flesh and limb and skin, all squeezed together. And at the front, one twisted grinning face. When there are noises in the night, I keep tight in my bed. I don't shine any light into the dark anymore. I'm afraid of seeing that face from my dreams staring back at me. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.